What's up guys, Danny here, and today we're going to be talking about how to achieve soft light. Soft light is what you're going to use in majority of your videos when lighting human beings, unless you're going for like a super dramatic effect with hard light. But in most circumstances, you're gonna wanna use soft light. The reason you wanna use soft light is because it is the light source that is going to look best on human beings. It brings out the skin tone the best. It's the most cinematic because it gives your videos depth, much more so than harsh light does. And it also gives you a nice light fall off. It gives you a nice gradient of light from highlights into your shadows. And it's not just highlight shadows right away. You have a nice depth to your image. You can pretty much make any single light source out there soft light by using diffusion. Diffusion is anything that you're going to put in front of your light source that's going to affect the way that your light is traveling. And there's so many different ways to diffuse light. The most common that you're probably gonna see are soft boxes. You're going to see soft boxes used most of the time because they cover three main requirements to achieve soft light. First off is some sort of diffusion material. All soft boxes have a nice diffusion material built into them. Some sort of translucent material that light can pass through easily while still emitting a lot of light. Soft boxes are also very large. The larger the light source, the softer the light source is going to be. And finally, soft boxes create a distance between the actual light source itself and the diffusion material. The further away that light source is from the diffusion material, the softer your light is going to be. So that's why it's not enough to just throw a sheet of diffusion over a light, because it's not going to give you the softness that you're looking for. The cool thing about soft boxes is it creates so much distance between the light source and the actual diffusion material itself, creating softer light. The reason why you see the aperture light dome all over the place is because it's a big giant light source. There's a lot of distance that it creates between the light source and the diffusion material, and it's just like super easy to mount onto any single Bowen's headlight. You can get these big giant sheets of diffusion off Amazon for like $15, and you can pretty much do whatever you want with them. You can rig them on light posts and shoot your light through it. It doesn't have to be actually mounted to your light. You can put these on windows to diffuse sunlight coming through a window. There's a lot that you can do with these. So you don't need to spend a ton of money on a soft box in order to achieve soft light. You just need some type of material that light can pass through and that is generally pretty white, so it doesn't really destroy the color of any light. It's also super important to note that the closer your light source is to your subject, the better the light fall off is going to be. So right here, I have my light that is filming me right now within arm's reach. I'm touching it right now just by doing that. And I have it so close because it's creating that light fall off that you seek, that creates depth. It doesn't just go from highlights right to shadows. There's a nice gradient of highlights into the shadows. So here we are with the softbox on. As you can see, it's nice and soft light. There's a nice gradient of light fall off between the highlights into the shadows. And yeah, this is good. It looks good. So I'm gonna get up, take the light dome off, and show you the difference between the soft light and harsh light. So I am in the exact same spot. I have the light in the exact same spot. The only difference is I took off the light dome, and as you can see, clear difference between soft light and hard light. This looks absolutely horrible on my face. There is absolutely no light fall off between the highlights and the shadows. It literally goes bright highlights into dark shadows, and there's no depth to this image. And also a thing to note with hard light is you're going to get intense shadows. All right, there we go. We have the softbox back on, and we're looking a lot better. When you're diffusing your light and you have a big diffusion and you're creating a larger source of light, you're going to get better eye lights. Look into my eyes right now. As you can see the light, and it's giving me more life because that eye light is key to giving your subject life. But then if I take the softbox off again and you look at the eye light in my eye, is super tiny and does not look as great. So as you can see, my eye light now is super tiny and just doesn't look good. Just like sucks. All right, cool. So that is basically just like 101 on soft light and just get you started. If you have any questions on soft light at all, just let me know. And thanks for watching and letting me be a part of your filmmaking career. So yeah, until next time, see ya.